And with that, I think we're live. Sandwich, everybody. How are we all today? I hope everything is going very well for everybody. You can... Yes, Wherg, the Wherg that works. I can't think of any better description, frankly. And for those of you are for those of you who are uninitiated, Wherg and I are going to be reading a little story called The Eye of Argon. All you need to know about it is that it is very bad. And feel free. I'll just get you a link to the story. I believe we were up to the phrase in. Go ahead. And there's a lot of gratuitous violence, over description, and sex. The fact. Can they not hear you? Oh, good grief! Hang on. Wait a minute. Okay, say something, Wherg.
Hello?
Is Wherg audible now, chat? I certainly hope so, because
Can you hear me?
I've just turned my. It's because OBS always does this. It always decides. Okay, I'm going to forget that I've got headphones plugged in.
Alright. So as I said, there's this barbarian named Grigner, and he's in the desert just like slaughtering people for no reason. And then he's in a bar, and then he has to escape the bar, and then he he goes to another bar, and then and then he
And then laughter ensues.
and then he
That's pretty
makes
much
out
it.
with a prostitute, and I assume he achieves orgasm due to his dialogue. And then and then he kills a drunk guy, and then the king who's also the prince, it changes based on the paragraph, sends him into the prison for life. And then a rat tries to kill him, so then he kills the rat. And then
Then doesn't he use like
and
the
then
rats?
and then he says, I've got a plan to escape that's perfect, and it won't ever fail. And then it's never explained what happens. It's just that it fails. and then and then this woman kicks a bunch of cultists in the genitals, and then they're in a sarcophagus. And then the prison guard goes to Grigner, and he's like, we're putting you in an even worse prison cell because we hate you. And and then and then he escapes, and then he goes to the sarcophagus, and then the woman is there in the sarcophagus with all the cultists who she kicked in the genitals. That's what happened so far, I think.
Yep. And the best part is, it's now your turn, Wherg.
Can you
So
remind me exactly where we are?
we were at In the Face of the Amorphos, as I DM'd to you.
Mm.
I'm also gonna just...
In the
There we go.
face of the Amorphos. Okay. Just look that up. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we are basically at the sarcophagus. In the face of the Amorphos, broad-breasted female stretching out alluringly before his gaping eyes, the universal whim of nature filing a plea of despair inside his white-hot soul. Grigner acted in the only manner he could perceive, giving vent to a hoarse, throat-rending battle cry. Grigner plunged into the midst of the startled shaman, torch simmering in his left hand and axe.
I think that counts as a laugh.
Yeah. I tried to hold it in.
I was trying to hold it in as well. Because I knew that if I laughed, I'd set you off. Okay, my go. Giving vent to a hoarse, throat-rending battle cry, Grigner plunged into the midst of the startled shaman, torch simmering in his left hand and axe twirling in his right hand. A gaunt, skull-faced priest standing at the far side of the altar clutched desperately at his throat, coughing furiously in an attempt to catch his breath. Lurching helplessly to and fro, the acolyte pitched headlong against the gleaming base of a massive jade idol. Writhing agonizedly against the hideous image, foam flecking from his chalk-white lips, the priest struggled helplessly, the victim of an epileptic seizure.
What?
Okay.
Why did he have a seizure?
Why did he have a seizure?
I guess epilepsy's kind of one of those things you can't really predict, but like, good grief.
True. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, he says. Startled by the barbarian's stunning appearance, the chronic fit of their fellow, and the fear that Grigner might be the avant-garde of a Fuck! He's not avant-garde. And even if he was, that's not how you use that phrase.
Okay. Alright. Startled by the barbarian's stunning appearance, the chronic fit of their fellow, and the fear that Grigner may be the avant-garde of a conquering force dedicated to the cause of destroying their degenerated cult, the Saman momentarily lost their composure. Giving vent to heedless pandemonium, the priests fell easy prey to Grigner's sweeping arc of crimsoned death and maiming destruction.
He's so violent.
This time it's my turn to be the coughing one.
Oh yeah, last time I was very sick. The acolyte performing the sacrifice took a vicious blow to the stomach, hands clenching vitals and severed spinal cord as he sprawled over the altar. The disorganized priests lurched and staggered with split skulls, dismembered limbs, and spewing entrails before the arranged accordion's relentless onslaught. The howless of the maimed and dying reverberated against the walls of the tiny chamber, a chorus of hell-fraught despair. As the granite floor ran red with blood, the entire chamber was encompassed in the heat of raw, savage butchery, as Grigner luxuriated in the grips of a primitive, beastly bloodlust. Presently, all went silent.
I got the feeling that was gonna hit you. Okay, my go. Presently, all went silent, save for the ebbing groans of the sinking shaman and Grigner's heaving breath accompanied by several gusty curses. The well had run dry. No more lambs remained for the slaughter. The rampaging stead of death, having taken of Grigner for the moment, left the barbarian free to the exploitation of his other perusials. Towering over his head was the misshaped image of the cult's hideous deity, or deity even, Argon. The fantastic size of the idol in consideration of its being pure jade was enough to cause the senses of any man to stagger and reel. Yet thus was not the case for the behemoth. He had paid only casual notice to this incredible fact while riveting the whole of his attention upon the jewel protruding from the idol's sole socket, its masterfully cut faucets emitting blinding rays of hypnotizing beauty. After all, a man cannot slink from a heavily guarded palace while burdened down by the intense bulk of a squatting statue, providing, of course, that the idol can even be hefted, which in fact was beyond the reaches of Grigner's coursing stamina. On the other hand, the jewel, gigantic as it was, would not present a hindrance of any mean concern. "Help me, please. I can make it well worth your while," pleaded a soft, anguish-strewn voice wafting over Grigner's shoulders as he plucked the dull red emerald from its roots. Turning, Grigner faced the female that had lured him into this bloodbath, but whom had become all but forgotten in the heat of battle. "You!" ejaculated the accordion in a pleased tone. I though that I had seen the last of you at the tavern, but verily, I was mistaken." Grigner advanced into the grips of the female's entrancing stare, severing the gold chains that had held her captive upon the altars of highly polished face of ornamental limestone. As Grigner lifted the girl from the altar, her arms wound dexterously around his neck, soft and smooth against his harsh exterior. "Art thou pleased that we have chanced to meet once again?" Grigner merely voiced an sighed grunt. There we go. Yeah.
Grigner merely voiced Anne's sighed grunt, returning to the damsel's embrace while he smothered her trim, delicate lips between the coursing protrusions of his reeking maw. That's gross. "Let us take leave of this wretched chamber," stated Grigner as he placed the female upon her feet. She swooned a moment, causing Grigner to give her support, then regained her stance. "Art thou able to find your way through the accursed passages of this castle?" "Mrifk!" What?
Just Mrifk. Just came out of nowhere. Mrifk.
Has he met this girl before? I don't think he has. I think this is just some random girl.
I think this is supposed to be that, like, the woman that he met in the tavern that one time.
I wish she had a name. That might help clear up this confusion.
I think we might be about to get that. Okay. So here we go.
I know it's bold to call the author of Eye of Argon sexist, but not a single female has had a name in this entire story so far. Not a single one.
Okay, here we go. Mrifk. Every one of the corridors of this damned place are identical. I was at one time a slave of Prince Agathim. His clammy touch sent a sour swill through my belly, but my efforts reaped a harvest. I gained the pig's liking, whereby he allowed me the freedom of the palace. It was through this means that I eventually managed to escape of the palace. It was a simple matter to seduce the sentry at the western gate. His trust found him with a dagger thrust his ribs. The wench stated whimsicorically? "What were you doing at the tavern whence I discovered you?" asked Grigner as he lifted the female through the opening into the mausoleum. "I had sought to lay low from the palace's guards as they conducted their search for me. The tavern was seldom frequented by the palace guards, and my identity was unknown to the common soldiers. It was through the disturbance that you caused that the palace guards were attracted to the tavern. I was dragged away shortly after you were escorted to the palace." "What are you called by, female?" "Carthena, daughter of Minkados, Duke of Barwego, whose lands border along the northwestern fringes of Gorzon. I was paid as homage to Agathim upon his 38th year." "Husked the femme!" "And I am called a barbarian," grunted Grigner in a disgusted tone. "Aye, the ways of our civilization are in many ways warped and distorted, but what is your calling?" she queried bustily. Better yet, the question mark's at the end of the sentence rather than the end of the speech. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'll say.
Okay, so this is the woman who was at the tavern. And
Yes.
there's just no indication that that was her, except for this crudely drawn naked picture. The only one of its kind.
Yeah, that's why I had to stretch the laugh counter box to cover it up. I was worried it might get my stream kicked off.
It certainly would.
It certainly would, yes.
Okay,
Right.
she queried bustily. Grigner of Accordia. I have heard vaguely of Accordia. It is the hill country to the far east of the Norregolian Empire. I have also heard Agaphim curse your land more than once. When his troops were routed in the unaccustomed mountains and gorges, saith she. Aye. My people are not tarnished by petty luxuries and baubles. They remain fierce and unconquerable in their native climes. After reaching the hidden panel at the head of the stairway, Grignar was at a loss in regard to its operation. His fiercest heaves were as pebbles against the burnished armor. Carthena depressed a small symbol included within the elaborate design upon the panel, whereupon it slowly slid into a cleft in the wall. How did you come to be the victim of those crazed shaman? Oh, sorry. How did you come to be the victim of those crazed shaman? Quested Grignar as he escorted Carthena through the piles of rummage on the left side of the trap. By Agaphim's orders, I was thrust into a secluded cell to await his passing of sentence. By some means, the priest of Argon acquired a set of keys to the cell. They slew the guard placed over me, and abducted me to the chamber in which you chanced to come upon the I mean, that's not even close to a real word, right? That's
I'm gonna look that up.
the skaz. There are 4 consonants in a row. I am looking at this from every which angle. The skaztistic sacrifice. The Hellspawn cult demands a sacrifice once every 3 moons upon its full journey through the heavens. They were startled by your unannounced appearance through the fear that you'd been sent by Agaphim. The prince would surely have submitted them to the most ghastly of tortures if he ever discovered their unfaithfulness to Sargon, his bastard deity. Many of the partakers of the ritual were high nobles and high trustees of the inner palace. Agaphim's pitiless wrath would have been unparalleled. They have no more to fear of Agaphim now, bellowed Grignar in a deep, mirthful tone, a gleeful smirk upon his face. I have seen that they were delivered from his vengeance. Engrossed by Carthena's graceful stride and conversation, Grignar failed to take note of the footfalls rapidly approaching behind him. That doesn't make sense. As he swung aside the arched portal linking the chamber with the corridors beyond, a maddened, bloodlusting screech reverberated from his eardrums, seemingly utilizing the speed of thought. What does that mean? Alright, dude, what does skaz mean?
It is a word that appears only in the Eye of Argon, apparently. Let me see.
Oh gosh. I looked it up and it says showing results for Scholastic.
Let me see. Yeah, same.
A word that only appears in the Eye of Argon.
Apparently made up by the flipping author. Just for the sake of it.
And that's nothing compared to the word space made up for no clear reason and with no clear meaning, such as skastik.
Goshtik, is that meant to be? Skoshktik.
I don't know.
Skoshktik.
There's some real discussions on the internet about this.
About what Skoshktik means. Okay, where was it? Right. Okay, there we go. Seemingly utilizing the speed of thought, Grigner swiveled to face his unknown foe. With gaping eyes and widened jaws, Grigner raised his axe above his surly mane, but he was too late. Chapter 7. With wobbling knees and swimming head, the priest that had lapsed into an epileptic seizure, rose unsteadily to his feet. While enacting his choking fit in writhing agony, the shaman was overlooked by Grigner. The barbarian had mistaken the seizure for the death throes of the acolyte, allowing the priest to avoid his stinging blade. The sight that met the priest's inflamed eyes nearly served to sprawl him upon the floor once more. The sacrificial sat it grim. Blood splattered silence all around him, broken only by the occasional yelps and howlers of his maimed and butchered fellows. Above his head rode the hideous idol, its empty socket holding the shaman's eye-furbished, infuriated gaze. His eyes turned to a stony glaze with the realization of the pillage and blasphemy. Due to his high susceptibility following the seizure, the priest was transformed into a raving maniac, bent solely upon wreaking his vengeance. With lips curled and quivering, a crust of foam dripping from them, the acolyte drew a long, wicked-looking, jewel-hilted scimitar from his silver girdle. I can't... Of all the words you could have used, a girdle! What the fuck? Why are they wearing girdles? That's... What the fuck? What the fuck? What in the fuck? His fucking girdle. What the
My next Halloween costume, a girdle. This feels like it was written originally in Arabic and then translated with Google Translate.
Or something.
This is not a parody of the Eye of Argon. This is just the Eye of Argon.
Yep.
That's it. We're not parodying anything.
That's just it should speak volumes that the last stream we did of this got flagged for ad suitability. Just from us reading it.
I'm not surprised. All right. With lips curled and quivering, a crest of foam dripping from them, the acolyte drew a long, wicked-looking, jewel-hilted scimitar from his silver girdle and fled through the aperture in the ceiling, uttering a faintly perceptible ceremonial gibberish. Chapter 7.5. A sweeping scimitar swung towards Grigner's head in a shadowed blur of motion. With axe, the body spray, to be clear, because it's a proper noun.
Yeah.
Raced over his head. Grigner prepared to parry the blow, while gaping wide-eyed in open-mouthed perplexity. Me too, buddy. Suddenly, a sharp snap resounded behind the frothing shaman. A scimitar, halfway through its fatal sweep, dropped... I just noticed something.
Yes?
Shaman... What... I just need to know what the plural of shaman is. Okay. So I was right. The plural of shaman is shamans, but he's writing the plural of shaman like it's women, replacing the man with an men.
Men.
So this whole time it's shaman.
Shaman!
I thought he was just spelling it wrong this whole time. He's been spelling it double wrong.
I don't think this counts as a laugh because you weren't laughing at the text, so I think you still got this one.
Okay. All right. The scimitar, halfway through its fatal sweep, dropped from a quivering, nerveless hand, clattering harmlessly to the Stone Age. Cutting his screech short with a bubbling, red-mouthed gurgle, the lacerated acolyte staggered under the pressure of the released springboard. After a moment of hopeless struggling, I feel like I should say it as shaman, because that's... Regardless. That guy buckled, sprawling face down in a widening pool of blood and entrails, his regal purple robe blending enhancingly with the swirling streams of crimson. Mrifk! I thought I had killed the last of those dogs, muttered Grigner in a half-apathetic state. Nay, Grigner, you doubtless grew careless while giving vent to your lusts. But let us not tarry any long, lest we overtax the fates. The paths leading to freedom will soon be barred. The wretch's crease must certainly have attracted unwanted attention, the wench mused. By what direction shall we pursue our flight? Up that stair and down the corridor a short distance is the concealed entrance to a tunnel seldom used by others than the prince, and known to few others save the palace's royalty. It is used mainly by the prince when he wishes to take leave of the palace in secret. It is not always in the prince's best interest, proper noun, so the performer, to leave his chateau in public view. Even while under heavy guard, he is often assaulted by hurtling stones and rotting fruits. The commoners have little love for him. Lecture the neurality. It is amazing. It is amazing that they would ever have left a pig like him become their ruler. I should imagine that his people would rise up and crucify him like the dog he is. Alas, Grigner, it is not as simple as all that. His soldiers are paid well by him. So long as they keep their wages up, they will carry out his damned wished. Their crude implements of the common folk would never stand up under an onslaught of forged blades and protective armor. They would be going to their own slaughter, stated Carthena to a confused but angered Grigner as they tapped the stairway. Yet how can they bear to live under such oppression? I would sooner die beneath a sword than live under a dog's command, added Grigner, as the pair stalked down the hall in the direction opposite that in which Grigner had come. But all men are not of the same mold that you are born of. They choose to live as they are so... What? They choose to live as they are so as to save their filthy necks from the chopped.
I think that counts as a laugh.
What a bad sentence!
I think it's just improperly constructed. We will see.
Yeah.
I need to update the laugh counter quickly. There we go. Laugh counter updated. But all men are not of the same mould that you are born of. They choose to live as they are so as to save their filthy necks from the chopping block, returned Carthena in a disgusted tone as she cast an appeased glance towards the stalwart figure at her side, whose left arm was wound dexterously about her slim waist, his slowly waning torch casting their images in intermingling wisps as it dangled from his left hand. Presently Carthena came upon the panel, concealed amongst the other granite slabs, and discernible only by the burned-out cresset above it. As I pushed the cresset aside, pushed the panel inwards, Katrina motioned to the panel she was referring to, and twisted the cresset in a counterclockwise motion. Grigner braced his right shoulder against the walling, concentrating the force of his bulk against it. The slab gradually swung inward with a slight grating sound. Carthena stooped beneath Grigna's corded arms and crawled upon all fours into the passage beyond. Grigna followed after easing the slab back into place. Winding before the pair was a dark, musty tunnel, exhibiting tangled spiderwebs from its ceiling to wall and oozing, sickly slime running lazily upon its floor. Hanging from the chipped wall upon Griggan R's right side was a half-moulded corpse, its grey flacking arms held in place by rusted iron manacles. Carthena flinched back into Grigna's arms at sight of the leering set in an ugly, distorted grimace. Grim mace, staring horribly at her from hollow, gaping sockets. This alcove must also be used by Agathim as a torture chamber. I wonder how many of his enemies have disappeared into these haunts, never to be heard from again. That was all Grigna's lines. This alcove must also be used by Agathim as a torture chamber. I wonder how many of his enemies have disappeared into these haunts, never to be heard from again, pondered the hulking brute. Let us flee before we are also caught within Agathim's ghastly clutches. The exit from this tunnel cannot be very far from here, said Carthena with a slight sob to her voice as she sagged in Grigna's encompassing embrace. Aye, it will be best to be finished with this corridor as soon as it is possible. But why do you flinch from the sight of death so? Mrift! You have seen much death this day without exhibiting such emotions, exclaimed Grigna as he led her trembling form along the dingy confines. The man hanging from the wall was Doyanta. He had committed the folly of showing affections for me in front of Agathim. He never meant any harm by his actions. At this, Carthena broke into a slow, steady whimpering, chocking her voice with gasping sobs. There was never anything between us, yet Agathim did this to him. The beast! May the demons of hell's deepest haunts claw away at his wretched flesh for this merciless act, she prayed. I detect that you felt more for this fellow than you wish to let on. But enough of this. We can talk of such matters after we are once more free to do so. With this, Grigna lifted the grieved female to her feet and strode onward down the corridor, supporting the bulk of her weight with his surging left arm. Presently, a dim light was perceptibly filtering into the tunnel, as opposed to imperceptibly filtering, light being as much as light can be imperceptible, casting a dim reddish hue upon the mouldy wall of the passage's grim confines. Carthena had ceased her whimpering already, and partially regained her composure. The tunnel's end must be nearing. Rays of sunlight are beginning to seep into Grigna clemmed his right hand over Carthena's mouth, and with a slight struggle pulled her over to the shadows at the right-hand wall of the path, while at the same time thrusting his torch beneath an overhanging stone to smother its flickering rays. Be silent! I can hear footfalls approaching through the tunnel, growled Grigna in a hushed tone. All that you hear are the horses corralled at the far end of the tunnel. That is a further sign that we are nearing our goal. She stated! All that you hear is less than I hear. I heard footsteps coming towards us. Silence yourself, that we may find out whom we are being brought into contact with. I doubt that any would have thought as yet of searching this passage for us. The advantage of surprise will be on our side, Grigna warned. Carthena cast her eyes downward and ceased any further pursuit towards conversation, an irritating habit in which she had gained an amazing proficiency. Okay, that was actually genuinely kind of funny.
Yeah.
An irritating habit in which she had gained an amazing proficiency. I've got to steal that and use it in one of my own writings someday.
That's actually a really good sentence. The only one in this entire story.
The only genuinely good sentence in this whole thing.
We're so used to it being shitty that the one's actually good, it takes us completely by surprise.
Yeah, indeed. In fucking deed.
Alright,
Goodness me. Right. I think I'm going to use this here to cover up this image down here.
that image has no nudity.
It has none. Taking chances.
Yeah, okay. It's just her face, but whatever you want to do. Okay. Two figures came into the pair's view from around a turn in the tunnel. They were clothed in rich, luxuriant silks and rambling on in conversation while ignorant of their crouching foes waiting in an ambush ahead. That barbarian dog is cringing beneath the weight of the lash at this moment, sire. He shall cause no more disturbance. Aye, and so it is that with any who dare to cross the path of Sargon's chosen one, said the second man. But the peasants are showing signs of growing unrest. They complain that they cannot feed their families while burdened with their taxes. I shall teach those sluts the meaning of humility. Order an immediate increase upon their taxes. They dare to question my sovereign authority. Ha-ah! They shall soon learn what true oppression can be. I will. A shoulder-wed bulk leapt from behind a jutting promontory as it brought down a double-edged axe with the speed of with the sped of a striking thought. One of the nobles sagged lifeless to the ground, skull split to the teeth. Grigner gasped as he observed the bisected face set in its leering death agonies. It was Agathond, the dead man's comrade, having... Is that supposed to be the prince? I guess so. And the dead man's comrade, having recovered from his shock, drew a jewel-encrusted dagger from beneath the folds of his robe and lunged towards the barbarian's back. Grigner spun at the sound from behind and smashed down his crimson axe once more. His antagonist, I guess that's accurate, lunged howling to a stream of stagnant green water, grasping a spouting stump that had once been a wrist. Grigner raised his axe over his head and prepared to finish the incomplete job, but was deterred halfway through his lunge by a frenzied screech from behind. Carthena leapt to the head of the writhing figure, plunging a smoldering torch into the agonized face. The howls increased in their horrid intensity, stifled by the sizzling of roasting flesh, then died down until the man was reduced to a blubbering mass of squirming, insensate flesh. Grigner advanced to Carthena's side, wincing slightly from the putrid aroma of charred flesh that rose in a puff of thick white smog throughout the chamber. Carthena reeled slightly, staring dazedly downward at her gruesome handiwork. I had to do it. It was Agathim. I had to. She exclaimed. Sargon should be more careful of his right-hand men, added Grigner, a smug grin upon his lips. But to hell with Sargon for now. The stench is becoming bothersome to me. With that, Grigner gasped Carthena around the waist, leading her around the bend in the cave and into the open. A ball of feral red was rising through the depths of the eastern horizon, dissipating the slinking shadows of the night. A corral stood before the pair, enclosing two grazing mares. Grigner reached into a weighted-down leather pouch dangling at his side and drew forth the scintillant red emerald he had obtained from the bloated idol. Raising it toward the sun, he said, We shall do well with bauble, eh? Carthena gaped. She gaped at it.
Okay. All right. Well, to be fair, that is a genuine word. Right.
It is, but it's odd in this context.
Right. Okay. My go. Carthena gaped at the gem, gasping in a terrified manner. The Eye of Argon! Oh, Kala! At this, the gem gave off a blinding glow, then dribbled through Grigner's fingers in a slimy red ooze. Grigner stepped back, pushing Carthena behind him. The droplets of slime slowly converged into a pulsating jelly-like mass. A single opening transfixed the blob, forming into a leech-like maw. Then the hideous transgressor of nature flowed towards Grigner, a tail of greenish slime lingering behind it. I thought it was red. The single gap puckered repeatedly, emitting a ghastly sucking sound. This is sounding more and more frightening by the second. Grigner spread his legs into a bat. I'm sorry! This is just getting too fucking double entendre for me.
Why is it changing colors?
Why is it so sexual? Incidentally, we're nearing the end of the freaking thing.
Yeah. Grigner spread his legs into a battle stance, steeling his quivering thews for a battle royale with a thing he knew not how to fight. Carthen wound his arms around her protector's neck, mumbling, "Kill it! Kill!" while her entire body trembled. The thing was almost upon Grigner when he buried his axe in the gristly maw. It passed through the blob and clanged upon the ground. Grigner drew his axe back with a film of yellow-green slime clinging to the blade. The thing was seemingly unaffected. Then it started to sluice up his leg. The hairs upon his nape stood on end from the slimy feel of the thing's bulk. The natuous sucking sound became louder, and Grigner felt the blood being drawn from his body. With each hiss of hideous pucker, the thing increased in size. Grigner shook his foot about madly in an attempt to dislodge the blob, but it clung like a leech, still feeding upon his rapidly draining life fluid. He grasped with his hands, trying to rip it off, but only found his hands entangled in a sickly glue-like substance. The slimy thing continued its puckering, now having grown the size of Grigner's leg from its vampiric feast. Grigner began to reel and stagger under the blob, his chalk-white face and faltering muscles attesting... Does he fucking die here? Attesting to the gigantic loss of blood. Carthen slipped from Grigner in a death-like faint, a marrow-chilling scream upon her red rubish lips. In final desperation, Grigner grasped the smoldering torch upon the ground and plunged it into the reeking maw of this travesty. A shudder passed through the thing. Grigner felt the blackness closing upon his eyes, but held on with the last ebb of his rapidly waning vitality. He could feel its grip lessening. I guess that's how that's spelled. As a hideous gurgling sound erupted from the writhing maw. The jelly-like mass began to bubble like a vat of boiling tar as quivers passed up and down its entire form. The end?
End of available copy.
Yes. The lost ending. Okay. With a slashing plop, the thing fell to the ground, evaporating in a thick scarlet cloud until it reattained its original size. It remained thus for a moment as the puckered maw took the shape of a protruding red eyeball, the pupil of which seemed to unravel before it the tail of creation. How a shapeless mass slithered from the quagmires of the stigmatic pool of time, only to degenerate into a leprosy of avaricious lust. In that fleeting moment, the grim mystery of life was revealed before Grigner's ensnared gaze. The eyeball's glare turned to a sudden plea of mercy, a plea for the whole of humanity. Then the blob began to quiver with violent convulsions. The eyeball shattered into 1,000 tiny fragments and evaporated in a curling wisp of scarlet mist. The very ground below the thing began to evaporate and swallow it up with a belch. The thing was gone forever. All that remained was a dark red blotch upon the face of the earth, blotching things up. Shaking his head, his shaggy mane to clear the jumbled fragments of his mind, Grigner tossed the limp female over his shoulder, mounting one of the disgruntled mares and leading the other. The weary, scarred barbarian trooted slowly off into the horizon, to become a tiny pinpoint in the filtered file of swirling blue mists, leaving the nobles, soldiers, and peasants to replace the missing monarch. Long live the king! By Jim Theus, winner of the J.T. Rickish Award for Excellence.
Well, We made it through, just about.
There is a transcriber's note. Is that worth reading?
I suppose that's less. I don't think that I don't think that's part of the game. But we've done it. We've read through the entirety of the Eye of Argon.
That was a terrible story. Why did it turn into a blob?
Why did the Eye of Argon turn into a
That's
blob? And
such a
what
bad
happened
way
at the end?
The Eye of Argon turned into a blob, and then Grigner killed it.
He killed it. He stuck his torch into its mouth, and then it turned into an eyeball and mind boggled him, and then just before it was dragged into into hell, apparently, it sort of pleaded with its eye, and then during this turn of events, apparently the monarch had vanished.
Well, no. Grigner killed the monarch in the tunnel.
Apparently. Nothing about the way it was written made that in any way apparent. But now what we must do is, for the last 45 minutes, we need to find something equally as badly written.
That's a tall task.
We could always do My Immortal.
We could always read chapter 20 of Tables of Fire, the best chapter.
We could. I'm trying to think of something that's like not deliberately crazy. Let's see. I think someone's mirrored it on Wattpad, because yeah, someone's mirrored My Immortal on Wattpad. We gotta do this. Considering that you managed to get to the end of the Eye of Argon and only just laughed at the end, shall I start, or do you want to start? My Immortal.
You go ahead.
Okay, let me just get it onto the little screen. Here we go. Oh, yes. The classic. My Immortal. Just a moment whilst I get chat on a different screen. Here we go. Here we go. Right. My Immortal, Chapter 1. Author's note. Special thanks, get it, 'cause I'm Gothic. To my new goof, ooh, not in that way, Raven. Bloody tears 666 for helping me with that story and spelling. She didn't do a very good job, clearly.
Oh wow, you did not get.
She apparently.
You roke, Justin. You're the love of my depressing life. You roke too. MCR rokes. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. With purple streaks on red tips that reaches my mid back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. And a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here! I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather miniskirts, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. Oh shit! Sorry. Sorry about that. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. "Hey, Ebony!" shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco?" I asked. Nothing," he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X XXXXXX. Author's note, is it good? Please tell me. Fangs.
Step 2.
The chat demands Tables of Fire, Chapter 20.
Sorry?
What? Here, I'll send it to you. I'm pretty sure Chapter 20 should be safe for stream. There is one part where an evil demon gets his penis cut off, but
compared to the Eye of Argon, it can't be that bad.
Yeah, right.
D it into my M's.
Here, how about you start this one?
Okay. Here we go. Tables of Fire, Chapter 20. Ultimate Battle.
For everyone else, you get no context.
Everyone went up to the evil base and Goku knocked on the door. Voldemort opened up the door and grinned evil at him. "You don't know way you're messin' with now, you sayin'," said. And then Goku punched him. You punched him in the face and runned in, so did everyone else, and then they ran past all the bad guys and to the backyard where Acnimus was. "We are here to fight you to kill death," said Snoop Dogg. Yugi drew his cards and threw them out, and out came 3 turrets that started shooting at Acnimus. Codman. That just gave me a fucking vision of like a fish walking on its fucking fins.
Call of Duty Man is Jason's Call of Duty original character.
I guess. Codman floated into the sky and he drew his RPG, which is his favourite weapon in COD, and he started hirsooting while Captain Crunch drove his ship into Acnimus. Acnimus then punching at Ogku, but Goku falling back very injured. Vegeta stood in front of him. "No, my friend, I won't let you die," said Shooty Vegeta. Acnimus fired a giant laser at them, and then but Vegeta blocking the blow with his body. He falled over dead, and Sonic saw the sacrifice, and he jumped up and fired a Gallic gun of his own at Acnimus, but Acnimus ate Sonic alive, but Sonic not dead from it. Sonny Knuckles punched Acnimus in the croc. And then one Dirishin firing lots of guns at Acnimus, and even Goku firing machine gun Kamehameha. Snoop Dogg flied into the sky and punched at Acnimus' heart, but he could couldn't penetrate it. So King Arthur stood up and sent his soldiers to fight, and they did, but Acnimus killed all the soldiers, even Yugi's turrets. This is reading like a fan fiction of the the showdown of Ultimate Destiny, frankly.
That's basically it, yeah.
So then Acnimus was about to punch directly at Dark Nimmo, and everyone was too slow, couldn't block it. No, my mother, I won't let you die, said Jock, who was Dark Nimmo's child, and she ran in front of the punch, but when it hit her, she blew up and blow up Acnimus in the hand. Codman suddenly understood Frozone, and he said to Captain Crunch, combine your Kamehamehas! But Captain Crunch did not hear because he was fighting Acnimus. Frozone flied up to the front of Acnimus' face. Thou art evil, and I shall killeth thee, said Frozone. Acnimus headbutt him, and he fall to ground. And then Goku running up along the broken arm and started punching him in the face. And he tried to penetrate his heart, but he can't because his Onu heart too cold. Only Captain Crunch's Kamehameha is strong enough to kill his heart. Explode Gimlia, and he started throw axes at Acnimus' penis and cut it off, and 10 Argon through his... Oh, it's Argon! Hi! Through his sword and Legolas shot the broken penis. Author's note. This is a mature story, so don't be offended. Captain Crunch looked at his hands. Is it true? Really true, he said. Snoop Dogg put his hand on Captain Crunch's shoulder. Yes, my child, you have the purest heart, since you've never killed Anon, said Snop Dogg. But then Zane came up and stabbed Harry in the heart with a knife and said in his ear, my one true love, you must die if you will not be with me. Suddenly Dark Nemo knew what she had to do, and she beating up Zanny and then shoot him for lying to her about loving her. Ten Goku saw in the sky the ghost of Krillin. Comrade, what are you doing? The world will die, said Krillin. But he's too strong, said Goku. Use the Pasirit bomb, said Krillin. Okay, I'll try, and Goku raised his hands in the air and began Spirit Bomb. Everyone gave Goku their energy, but it wasn't enough because so many were dying now. But then Sonic used the cow's emeralds to go Super Saiyan inside of Acnimus, and he flied out, Super Ice Kamehameha. Goku said to delay Acnimus, and he fired Super Ice Kamehameha at him. Then Goku's Spirit Bomb was ready, and he gave it to Captain Crunch. But if I use this to kill, then I won't have truly pure heart, said Captain Crunch. Only thou can do this, cried Frozone. Captain Crunch closed his eyes and then threw the Spirit Bomb. And it hit Acnimus and... He killed him! Everyone celebrated because no longer was the day not saved.
I killed him!
Oh, goodness me! Good grief!
Hey, dude. What do you get when you cross an angry sheep with an angry cow?
An alliance between Wales and Scotland.
A bad mood. No longer was the day not saved. Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines in all of Tables of Fire. No longer was the day not saved. And it killed him! No longer was the doot not broken.
No, I'm not getting castrated. We need a replacement dude since this one's broken. Quick, Wherg, you have to step up now.
Oh, me. I'm the new dude.
You must
Deuterium,
you must carry on the legacy.
Oh, that's right. I okay. Hi, I'm Deuterium. Ask me anything about inaccuracies.
You are reborn, Wherg. You are now you as my one true heir, my next of kin. You are no longer mere Wherg. You are Whergterium. Whergterium, the sentient, adorable.
That's me.
Yes. I'm going to change your name to that in the server now.
Okay. I'll send you the next chapter in case you'd like to read the aftermath of chapter 20, or I could, since you read chapter 20.
I read chapter 20. You must read the aftermath in the same voice. Link it to me so I can have it on
in
screen.
The same. Do I have to in the same voice?
Yes.
Okay. Tables of Fire, chapter 21, aftermath. Gimil and Argon and Legolas went at home, and then the remaining One Direction went to go Wath Dark Nemo. Then they went to their house, and then the good guys were at their house too. Wow, guys, that was a big battle we won, said Knuckles the Hedgehog. Sure was, said Snoop Dogg. That...
I don't know why, but Hedgehog got me.
He's an echidna.
Not just that, but like fucking. I'm getting all sorts of horrific imagery as to what a hedgehog could possibly be. It sounds furry.
Yes.
In all the wrong ways, it sounds furry.
Thou must resteth now, and I must saveth the world, said Frozone as he left to save the world. Cap'n Crunch prepared some of his famous Cap'n Crunch cereal, and everyone ate it. Yum! But then Krillin's ghost appeared before Goku. My comrade, there is more evil afoot in the world. You must be prepared, said Krillin. Wait, what? Said Goku, but Krillin left. Suddenly Yoda and Piccolo came in. We will train you. Thus the ultimate training began. Sorry, it didn't begin. Thus began the ultimate training. BTW. King Arthur went home to manage Camelot. Piccolo went over to Goku. Even though I never beat you, I'm still going to train you because I trained Gokan, he said. Goku suddenly felt the evil coming from outside the house. He went outside and suddenly Darth Vader.
Suddenly Darth Vader. I wonder how much of the plot of the that's basically just the plot of the third, the sort of last third of Revenge of the Sith. Suddenly Darth Vader.
Yes. Yeah. I am here for Yoda, said Darth Vader. Everyone knew they would be powerless to stop Darth Vader. So Yoda went with him, and so did Pilico for support.
You're laughing at your own. That's it.
Piccolo just you have all the heroes of the world here, and then Darth Vader goes, "I'm gonna take this guy." And they're like, "Oh, we're powerless to stop you." And then Piccolo says, "All right, well, I'll go with him, for emotional support." Then one day a letter arrived in the mailbox. "Hello, I am Elmer Fudd. I'm here to kill you all," said the letter. Suddenly, the bullet went through a window and almost shot Codman, but Codman dodged it. Everyone ran outside to fight Elmer Fudd.
I kind of want to read Harry Potter and the Portrait of What
Must
Looks
we
Like a
read
Large
it
Pile
in
of
this
Ash now.
voice?
Yes. I kind of want to read Harry Potter and
this
the
next
Portrait
one
of What Looks
is
Like a Large
a
Pile of
very
Ash now.
the next one is a very important chapter. In this chapter, the reader dies. I think you have to read this one dramatically.
That's that sounds pretty crazy. Let's have us a look then.
Yeah.
Let's have us a nosy.
This is
Tables
Green
of
Guy's
Fire.
favorite chapter.
Tables of Fire, Chapter 22. One day you are walking down woods and then you see something out of the corner of your eye. But then suddenly you are walking again and you hear it. Snap! Who could it be? But then you are pounced on and you see it is above you. It's the bloodshot owl. He takes your tongue and pecks your eyes out and leaves you to die. You wake up the next morning and look in your mirror. Was it all a dream? You look in your mirror and you see that your face is gone and only is a skull. You go to the bathroom and try to wash it off, but you can't because your face is gone. How will you ever get out of this alive? You go to school, but you wear a mask because it's a skull face. You get home the next day and you go to your kitchen for a snack and you see it. The bloodshot owl is in your fridge. It attacks you and pecks out your ears and nose. The next week you are confronted by your best friend and he says, "Why do you not have a face?" So you take him home and open the fridge, and the bloodshot owl is gone. But where is it? You go back to the woods, hoping to find answers. You go into the woods, and the bloodshot owl leads you to a group of cannibals. The cannibals try to eat you, but you fight them off with your skeleton. You get home, but the cannibals are led by the bloodshot owl. They devour you alive.
So what do you think, dude? Do you like that chapter? That's Green Guy's favorite, I think.
Oh god, to say the least. Give me a second.
Yes, that's the one where the reader dies.
Indeed. Here we are. For thy perusal. Don't know if you've seen this, but it's Yeah, I mean, you probably have, because it made the rounds a while
let me
ago.
take a
Still
look.
funny.
No, I've never seen this. All right.
See your reaction. It's basically a predictive text keyboard trying to write a Harry Potter book.
All right, I'll read it in a very good UK accent. Harry Potter and the portrait of what looked like a large pile of ash. Chapter 13, The Handsome One. The castle grounds snarled with a wave of magically magnified wind. The sky outside was a great black ceiling, which was full of blood. The only sounds drifting from Hagrid's hut were the disdainful shrieks of his own furniture. Magic. It was something that Harry Potter thought was very good.
Yeah. What?
Leathery sheets of rain lashed at Harry's ghost as he walked across the grounds towards the castle. Ron was standing there and doing a kind of frenzied tap dance. He saw Harry and immediately began to eat Hermione's family.
It only gets worse
Ron's
from here.
shirt was just as bad as Ron himself. If you two can't clump happily, I'm going to get aggressive, confessed the reasonable Hermione. What about Ron magic? Offered Ron. To Harry, Ron was a loud, slow, and soft bird. Harry did not like to think about birds. Death Eaters are on top of the castle, Ron bleated, quivering. Ron was going to be spiders. He just was. He just was. He wasn't proud of that, but it was going to be hard to not have spiders all over his body after all is said and done. Look, said Hermione. Obviously, there are loads of Death Eaters in the castle. Let's listen in on their meetings. The three complete friends zapped onto the landing outside of the door to the castle roof. They almost liked it, but witches are not climbing. Ron looked at the doorknob and then looked at Hermione with searing pain. I think it's closed, he said. Locked, said Mr. Staircase. The shabby-robed ghost. They looked at the door, screaming about how closed it was, and asking it to be replaced with a small orb. The password was Beef Women, Hermione cried. Harry, Ron, and Hermione quietly stood behind a circle of Death Eaters who looked bad. I think it's okay if you like me, said one Death Eater. Thank you very much, replied the other. The first Death Eater confidently leaned forward to plant a kiss upon his cheek. Oh, well done, said the second, and his friend stepped back again. All the other Death Eaters clapped politely. Then they took a few minutes to go over the plan to get rid of Harry's magic. Harry could tell that Voldemort was standing right behind him. He felt a great overreaction. Harry tore his eyes from his head and threw them into the forest. Voldemort raised his eyebrows at Harry, who could not see anything at the moment.
That's my favourite line. Harry, who could not see anything at the moment.
Voldemort, you're a very bad and mean wizard, Harry savagely said. Hermione nodded encouragingly. The tall Death Eater was wearing a shirt that said Hermione has forgotten how to dance. So Hermione dipped his face in mud. Ron threw a wand at Voldemort and everyone applauded. Ron smiled. Ron reached for his wand slowly. Ron's the handsome one, muttered Harry, as he reluctantly reached for his. They cast, a spell or two, and jets of green light shot out of the Death Eaters' heads. Ron flinched. Not so handsome now, thought Harry, as he dipped Hermione in hot sauce. The Death Eaters were dead now, and Hermione was hungrier than he had ever been. Sorry, Harry was hungrier than he had ever been. The great hall was filled with incredible moaning chandeliers, and a large librarian who had decorated the sinks with the books about masonry. The mountains of mice exploded. 7 long pumpkins fell out of McGonagall. Dumbledore's hair scooted next to Hermione as Dumbledore arrived at school. The pig of Hufflepuff pulsed like a large bullfrog. Dumbledore smiled at it and placed his hand on its head. You are Hagrid now!
The pig of Hufflepuff.
You are Hagrid now. We're the only people who matter. He's never gonna get rid of us. Harry, Hermione, and Ron said in chorus. The floor of the castle seemed like a large pile of magic. The Dursleys had never been to the castle. They were not about to come there in Harry Potter and the portrait of what looked like a large pile of ash. Harry looked around and then fell down the spiral staircase for the rest of the summer. I'm Harry Potter, Harry began yelling. The dark arts better be worried. Oh boy.
I love that on so many levels.
I'll be back in just a second. I'm gonna get some water and turn my light on.
Okay, sounds sensible to me. What shall I do in the meantime, chat? We've got about 13 minutes until things happen. I'm not very good at Let me see if I can find something. It's a little. I think I've got something. I've got something. I've got one of those Keaton Patty like AI generated scripts. I promise I'm going to try and do something. You know, I'll read this whilst we're waiting for work. Here is an Olive Garden commercial, as written by an AI, basically. Olive Garden commercial. Interior Olive Garden restaurant. A group of friends laughs at a dinner table. A waitress comes to deliver what could be considered food. I mean, it might be. By a certain interpretation, you probably could consider it food. I mean, it's kind of a damning definition of Olive Garden. Waitress. Pasta nachos for you. We see the pasta nachos. They're warm and defeated. Red 1. The menu is here. Waitress. Lasagna wings with extra Italy. We see the lasagna wings. There's more Italy than necessary. Italy than necessary. What in the Friend 2. I shall eat Italian citizens. Waitress. Unlimited stick. We see the unlimited stick. It is infinite. It is all.
I've returned. What is going on?
I found an
Olive Garden commercial?
Olive Garden commercial written by an AI. I'm going to have to try and read out the rest of it. I'm going to have to read it out again now for your benefit. Wait, did I close the tab?
Oh,
yes, I did. Okay.
Please do.
Right. Olive Garden commercial. Okay, just so the Jack can see it again. Interior Olive Garden restaurant. A group of friends laughs at a dinner table. A waitress comes to deliver what could be considered food. Damnation by faint praise. Wait. Oh, I know. Let's do this as let's do this together. Let me get you the link. You do the waitress. I'll do all the guests. Sure. If you do the waitress, I'll do all the guests.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Number 1 and number 2. There we go. There they both are. Right. So.
Okay.
Like I said, you're the waitress.
Alright. Pasta nachos for you.
We see the pasta nachos. They're warm and defeated. The menu is here.
Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
We see the lasagna wings. There's more Italy than necessary. I shall eat Italian citizens.
Unlimited stick.
We see the unlimited stick. It is infinite. It is all. Friend 3. Leave without me. I'm home.
Gluten Classico from the kitchen.
We the Gluten Classico. We believe the waitress that it is from the kitchen. We have no reason not to believe. Friend 4 says nothing. What is wrong, Friend 4? Friend 4 says nothing. Friend 2. Friend 4! What is wrong, Friend 4? Friend 4 smiles wide. Her mouth is full of secret soup. Jackie, do you want to do the announcer too?
Oh, yeah, give me a second. Wet voice. Hold on.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, my back hurts. I've definitely seen someone having done an adaptation of that. Where was it? Here we go.
I hope that was intelligible what I was saying. I truly did my best to speak. With a mouthful of water.
Right, let's. Oh gosh, I've found the fucking video version. Give me a sec whilst I share my screen. Here we go. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Is this visible?
It's loading.
Okay.
Still loading.
Is it doing the silly thing where it loads constantly?
Quite possibly.
Wait a second, I'm going to try something different. Go, applications, turn the resolution down to, like, lower.
Okay, okay, now I can see.
Okay, lovely. Right.
Secrets.
Right then. Full screen for that. Here we go.
Pasta nachos.
The menu is here.
Oh,
Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
I shall eat Italian, citizens.
Infinite stick.
Leave without me. I'm home.
Gluten classico. From the kitchen.
What is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4. What is wrong, friend 4?
We're here, they're here.
They have the same idea I did.
But he did. He said that.
I am covered in water now.
Oh dear. Oh dear me.
I didn't think I'd have to change my shirt. You know, I think I'll wait until after the stream because I have a feeling I'll probably bring out that bit at some point later on.
Oh great. Oh good grief. Okay. But I think it's close enough to 9:30 that we can start Jackbox. Give me a sec.
Okay, I need to refill my water bottle because I just, spent all of it gargling.
Truth.
I'll be back probably by the time you get it all set up.
Okay, lovely. By the way, we're not raiding Pepper yet. I just need to remove that briefly. Okay, let's. Right, what Jackbox were we on? Where was the last winner? It was Fibbage 4 Enough About You, I believe. So, oh gosh, I've got a sore throat now. By the way, you guys can still see the stream, right? Oh yeah, need to update the all counter, don't I? I think I had about 2 so far. What did it was pack 9. Reveal the stream. Jackbox games. Okay, right, bless you too. Hi, that room code. Where are you? Here you are. I'm just going to wait for Wherg to join. I'm going to reveal the code
Okay,
once.
I'm back.
Speak of the devil and she shall appear. Hi, Wherg. I've DM'd you the code, so you can
Hi.
join in. Unhide the room code and this should be ready.
Alright, I have joined.
As green guy, apparently. RGVM, everybody. There we go.
I don't believe I've played this one. Is this from the newest pack?
Yeah, this is from the newest pack. It's Fibbage 4, Enough About You. Just the version of Enough About You from Fibbage 4.
Would you please share your,
Screen, yes, sure.
Oh.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm Cookie, and
Thank you.
fun fact, I once ate 3 pounds of Halloween candy in one sitting.
Here you go,
8
this should be visible.
players. Statistically, one of you knows Fiona Apple. Oh, and don't forget you can still join the audience. Audience members earn points by guessing the truth and fooling the players with their
Can you
lies.
see properly?
Let's get to it.
Yes, I can.
I might just need to very quickly fiddle with the
Here's how it works. You're about
Sound.
to see a question on your device. Answer with the truth. During the game, you'll make up lies about the other players. You get 500 points for everyone you fool with your lies, 1,000
turn
for
the-
finding the truth, and on your question, you get a reputation bonus for players
There
who
we
know
go.
you well
So,
enough to get it right. You got
hopefully-
all that? Good.
hopefully the game should be audible
Submit
and also
your
work now.
honest answer.
Can you guys hear me?
Can you guys hear Wherg? And also
What's a
game.
family crest? Never heard of this thing.
You're halfway through your time. Make me proud. First
Yeah,
up,
just to be
this
sure, you can hear
player
both
thinks
Wherg
people
and the
should
game
spend
properly.
less time blank. Now, use your device to write a lie that'll fool the others into thinking it's what this player really wrote. And if this one's about you, just hang tight for a sec.
Settings. Let's turn the game forward down just a tad more.
This drawing of a rabbit is kind of
And
confusing.
these are your choices. Pick the one that looks true.
Everything
on
about
your
this game is
device.
confusing. Dan Daniel thinks people should spend less time on their phones watching Deuterium, wanking to washing, wanking, saying oh whoa, playing Overwatch 2, existing, living, or cleaning windows. You really have no control over
What
that.
what is wank to watch? I've never gotten that joke.
It
think
is
I've missed it.
It is something that somebody created in a game of patently stupid once, and it became a
All
meme.
right, who picked what?
What do you do?
I think it was a. What was who in chat created it, and what was its purpose? Oh yeah, wasn't it you, Cyrix? Catholic, eh? M is our winner so far.
Here's a good one. One special thing about this player's hometown is blank. Write your lies now.
Yeah, I've been a bit mean with my lie for this one.
Yeah, mine's just kind of ridiculous.
That's the best kind. Did you make a good assumption? I know.
Okay, here you go.
I don't know. One special thing about Barrett's hometown is the water tower. It's small, it no longer exists. I don't want to say it. It has a lot of bakeries, the famous statues, the sea. There are many goats that attack people or drag racing. As in on wheels or as in RuPaul?
Drag racing is on wheels.
I mean, I know, but still.
Moment.
It's a silly joke.
Oh, okay.
But seriously,
I didn't know if that was like a cultural thing. Sorry.
yeah, I know what drag racing is. I also know what RuPaul's Drag Race is. I was trying to make a joke.
It was a good joke.
Nobody gets my jokes.
That's a lot of bakeries.
I'm going to sniff Wherg's hair. Much better. Just
The sea is but the sea isn't special.
The sea.
It's the same everywhere.
The sea. Just the sea. I went to a place in Ireland called Malahide, and that was connected to the sea. Well, first of all, who is M?
Yeah, I don't know who M is.
Well, Crunchy Croissant is M. What did you say you were Ukrainian, Byro? Good luck out there, man. When does M see themselves for 5 years? Banging MILFs as a British person, underground, baked to perfection, same place, same kind of stuff, at a new job, living in a mansion, professional YouTuber, in DMs. As I'm sure we all know, Wherg was in my DMs before anyone else was.
That's true, actually, yeah.
Very true.
Who is Eat Italy?
Who is Eat Italy? Same place, same kind of stuff was my lie.
Oh, that was a good lie.
Underground. Jackbox's lie. Baked to perfection. That makes sense considering it's
Damn it!
croissant we're talking about. Crunchy croissant. Crunchy croissant. It is a croissant who is very crunchy.
Animal this player could totally take in a fight is blank. All right, type in your lies.
Then Crunchy Croissant has just DM'd me saying the people have spoken.
Well, they'll speak 5 years from now.
Good grief.
Time to seek the truth.
I'd rather not be inside Eli, frankly. grizzly bear, a spider, a giraffe, a dolphin with asthma. Asthma. That's a really hard word to pronounce. A wild boar, an ape, a kangaroo, an enraged lemming, or a buffalo. Do you think you could take an enraged lemming?
Yeah, 1 lemming is easy. In fact, 20 lemmings are pretty easy. They're endangered because they're stupid.
I mean, they get
Okay, what
angry.
everybody pick?
I'm also pretty sure it's a myth that they jump off cliffs, because they don't.
Yeah, but what they do is they just sort of hang out and they wait for it to have a blizzard, and then they make tunnels in the snow.
Yes.
Asthmatic dolphin. I'm kind of proud about that one.
Yes.
That's a bold claim, Eli. Bold claim.
Yeah, that's a very bold claim.
Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure that grizzly bears like actually kind of placid unless you provoke them or their kids.
If you leave them alone, they'll probably leave you alone. Oh, they don't have those in the UK. I've never thought about that. Yeah, they have those here.
Yep, bears are just not a thing
Who's
over here.
Flying Rob?
Flying Rob, I would imagine that it's probably Struvel Defender,
Ah,
who I believe recently changed her name on Discord to Palm Pals fan.
what is Palm Pals?
No idea. Yeah, was it? They were going to open that Nickelodeon time capsule.
Black bears, you can kind of they're not really that big of a threat. But a brown bear, those are. Those will mess you up.
Oh, it's 2042. The Nickelodeon time capsule will be opened up. But anyways, something Flying Bob will open the time capsule. A flying manual, my AU, his old 3DS, a copy of my Sturmgewehr AU book, some clothes, Sturmgewehr AU, the original copy of Sturmgewehr, a Game Boy Advance, or a smartphone. Which one of these Sturmgewehr AU answers is likely to be the one that Sturm Defender will... Polar bears will hunt you for days. That's a plot for a thriller movie. Just rather than Predator or Alien, just a dude being stalked by a fucking polar bear. Wait a second, isn't that basically the plot of The Revenant?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either. Apparently it's very, very harrowing.
Try this one on for size. The 2 items that would be depicted on this player's family crest, blank. Submit your lies now.
You know, like I saw family shields.
Yeah, it's not really a thing here.
It's
my family crest. I actually did check it out. We've got like nothing on it. It's pretty boring.
I've gone completely balls to the wall with this. And I apologise in advance.
Palm Pal is a line of stuffed animals. That's cool.
That kind of like sort of Beanie Babies or Beanie Boos kind of thing.
Okay, which one's true?
A photo of a puffer fish and a photo of a puffer. Tentacles in the book. penises and anatomically accurate hearts, butterfly knife and owo, hearts and octopuses, nunya, blanket and pillow, despair, dude's channel and tentacles.
I like Nunya. That's a...
Let's see what you picked.
That's a really good one.
Jackbox is live. Hearts and octopuses. Flying Robert's live. That looks like a cat with a grosbeak. What is that?
I have no idea.
I don't know if it's a grosbeak or a kingfisher or something.
Together.
Dude's channel and tentacles. I'm flattered that I will be included on your crest. Let's hope I'm not too far away, not too close to the tentacles.
When this player was bored in school, they would often daydream about blank. Alright, type in your lies.
I expect creative answers. From everyone. There was a shoe bill, I see. Cat and a shoe bill. I kind of like the hedgehog crab, that's kind of cute. You like the hedgehog crab?
Oh yeah, yeah. I had to zoom in to see what it is. Yeah, that's actually really cute.
Fucking crab moth.
These animals are a little bit horrifying.
To be fair, the crab moth is just sort of the logical endpoint of moth evolution.
My least favorite is the plant with an eyeball.
When Deuterium reported all the often daydream about Yakko's world, flying, vampires, summer vacation, I don't know, meeting David Tennant, being a superhero, all the inaccuracies of life, reviewing corn, or basically the same thing as Tables of Fire.
Basically the same thing as Tables of Fire. That's so funny.
Reviewing corn.
Why did anyone pick that? What's the matter with you? Reviewing corn.
This one was the correct one, by the way.
What?
I used to imagine. To be honest, I had to plumb that from the depth of my memory, and I'm not even sure it's true. It might be an amalgamation of various things. I used to sort of imagine. I used to do a lot of fanfics, often inserting myself into them.
Is blank. Write your lies now.
There's a turtle
Fair
piece.
enough.
I'd imagine a lot of them were influenced by Thunderbirds. Because Thunderbirds ruled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even the 2015 reboot's pretty good. Yakko's World reference? I'm sure plenty of people did. What I'm known for. After all.
Come on now, let's get truthy.
Tables of Fire, How Italy Got Nuked, definitely not the Bible, Charlie the Chocolate Factory, The Phantom Toll Booth, War and Peace, Pokemon the Deluxe Essential Handbook, The Grinch, or The Amazing World of Tom Gates. There's another yawn.
Let's see how it shook out.
His world to Tom Gates was Byro's lie. Nicely lied. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Damn Daniel's lie. BRB Voring France. That's nice. Pokemon the Dark's Essential Handbook. Fair enough.
Heck yeah. PRB Boring France.
What about Eli only got 45? M is our winner.
Yay, I win!
M was Crunchy Croissant, was it? I got the most likes though.
Yeah. Nice.
Right then. I believe M is Crunchy Croissant. So you want to pick the next game? Crunchy? MVC, Oh, Madverse City, I see. I see what you mean. Okay, Madverse it is. Impact 5, I believe. Yes, it is. What up? Also, I just remembered a really bad joke I came up with in school.
Well, what is it?
What do you call a... What do you call a disease that's spread by crows?
I don't know.
COVID-19.
Oh, God.
So. In you go, bud.
Alright, I'm in.
I love how you named yourself Damn Daniel.
Well, I don't understand what the issue is. It's my favorite meme.
Fair enough. Damn, Daniel.
Yo, check it out. I
That was a
love
good
all my
meme, to be
MCs,
honest.
but y'all gotta back up. I'm not about to be a statistic down here. DJ Rach,
But
tell
do you
them
know
how
the
the
meme that I
game plan
actually
is
genuinely
about to go
really didn't
down.
like?
Hey, yo, don't step on that.
Okay
What?
then,
I
thanks.
didn't like the
It's
primitive
on
sponge
me.
meme. I did not like it.
Here's how you do it. We'll ask you for a
Really?
word or a
Why
phrase.
not?
We'll use it to complete line
I just-
one of your
I
rap.
didn't like it. It was
You
just
then
so
write a line that rhymes with it. We do that about
generic.
3
There was no
times, and you
joke
have
to
your
it. It was
4-line
just
verse.
like when
We hear 'em back,
it was just
and
right
we vote on
when
that
X
winner.
happens and then just put in
Wait,
primitive
you
sponge.
are wrong.
It was low effort. There was no comedy to it.
Shadow came back.
Okay, so it looks like we stuck with these robots.
Fair enough.
I hope they don't destroy everything in
Can
sight.
you please
Get your words
share your
together.
screen?
Time to get it
Oh
started.
yes. Hang on.
It's time to look at your devices. Follow each instruction that you
Got it.
see, and then you let them rhymes start coming off the top of your dome. Hit the suggestion button if you need help.
Let them rhymes start coming off the top of your dong.
Biro, the audience can't win, you just vote.
A minute left. Go, go, go.
Indeed. Yeah, the audience. There's only a few games where the audience can win. I think the Split the Room is an instance where the audience can technically win.
How so?
Because the audience plays as one player in Split the Room.
Remember to use that write for me button if you're coming up blank.
Type faster.
There we go.
Here's the draw. Check out who's going head to head. I need all my hip-hop heads to be front and center, y'all. We got the first 2 robot battlers ready to go. So let's do this. Yo, hit those voting
Me
buttons.
versus
during the
Flying
round.
Rabbit. Let's do this. Time to drop some dice.
Not whose lyrics meet Deuterium TSM. Revising Hoffman stories. What's up with them? I'm pernicious, like an axolotl.
Get at him. Get at
This
him.
week, I'll come at you with a broken bottle.
I had to try hard.
Ooh!
Thank you.
I had to try hard to come up with that rhyme. It's just-
Ooh!
You don't let him get away with that?
How did I manage to do that? Somehow I managed it.
I'm from the future, my game is next gen cubed. You, on the other hand, are one ugly brute.
Savage.
So good it's scary, call me a systematic. Cause I'll snip your lines short as well as I can.
That's not bad. That's pretty fire.
That was okay.
Yeah, yeah, it
That
was.
is actually pretty fire.
Right now is the time to vote. So start clicking that
Yeah.
That wasn't an intentional Demo Man reference, but I'll take it.
button. Let's get those votes in.
Beat out by... Well, beat out by Cat Defender, just.
You're our winner. Congratulations.
MC
Next 2
Meister.
robots. Come on down.
Welcome to class, I'm Professor Gleeva. Watch out, cause these rhymes are about to get lethal.
Oh, nice.
Like Kylie Minogue. And I can sing better than Amber.
Alright, thanks. Now we gotta move on. Now you know it's your turn, right?
Funky boss.
Like War Nation call me the queen of heavy metal. I'm the bank. You're in heavy debt level.
You did.
I'm a legend, a regular Rob Schneider. You always crash your hang glider.
Regular Rob Schneider.
Okay, so, now let's keep it moving. Hey, y'all, not about
Rob
vote.
Schneider.
Vote.
Derpy 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 derp. Until one
I'm
day.
a regular
a
Rob
derpy
Schneider.
derpy derp. Derpy derp. The Tiddly Tom. From the creators of Derp and Tom the Tiddly Tom to Derp, Rob Schneider is the Derpy Derp, the Tiddly Derpy Derpy Derp. Rated PG-13.
Good job. We got your winner. Hey, man, come on, watch where you step.
Has anyone else seen that South Park
Next
episode?
battle.
I haven't.
Coming at you like a runaway clam chowder.
Runaway clam chowder.
Head keep getting louder.
Oh dear.
My lyrics
Let's get that looked at, man.
better than that. You smell like a factory. Please take a bath.
Ooh.
Oh!
Oh.
Alright.
That's savage.
All right, you're up. Get ready.
The rhymes I paint are worth 1,000 Wherg bands. You can't even cope with this. Use Symphonans.
Oh.
Oh!
Look, this
You
edifice.
look like you were hit with a hammer or vice.
That doesn't rhyme.
Ooh. Yeah, no. The first one was really good. The second one was really bad.
Ding, ding.
Fire
Bells
start, but
rang.
then you just
Vote to see who was
then
GOAT
the
this
delivery,
season.
the end was just too whack. I'm sorry. Let down with just slightly too whack.
Time to vote.
The first verse though was really good.
Yeah. The problem is, drop the ball on the last one.
Good job. Congratulations.
Problem is, you went with a tough word to rhyme, edifice.
The biggest toe I ever seen in my life. Where my next two robots at?
Yeah.
Red Legs versus Immortal Eli.
Spreaded legs.
Call me for advice. Oh, now you're looking to pick fights. I got more bling than a housewife.
That doesn't rhyme.
And the
Oh, it almost
dinosaur
does.
While you're the dirt.
Right.
That was okay. Let's keep it moving. Time for you to answer.
Gentleman Shifty, welcome.
I'm so pumped for this great concert. Gleep, glurp, glop, gloppity, glurp.
Oh dear.
My future's as bright as...
What?
Am I winning yet?
Oh no. Oh no. Both of those were just too whack.
Wow, this one's like a race to the bottom.
Yeah, that's just... At this point, I'm just picking the lesser of two evils, because those were both whack AF.
Hit the voting button. Pick somebody.
Gleep, glop, gloppity, gloom.
Oh dear. Eli, you do kind of have to try.
Okay, there's your winner. Round one is over. Let's get it on to the next round.
Get it on.
Let's check out those scores.
The glop, gloppity, gloop, glurm versus kind of fire.
Fucking spreaded legs.
Time to get right.
The result is that spreaded legs is now top of the billing now.
Glop, gloppity, gloop, glurm. Whew.
Move those thumbs faster. The time is halfway up.
Here's the
Do quite
undercard and
so well
main
this
event
time,
for
don't
round
think.
two. Better get some of that money. All right, first battle. Let's get it in.
Eli, you better actually have some rhymes this time.
Is it true you prepare by listening to Martha Stewart? Because she doesn't use the right words. I bet the kids in school used to call you geek. Because your future is bleak.
At least you tried.
Yeah, that one was a lot better than Gloop Glop Gloppity Glurm.
Gotta come strong too.
Better than the last time, but still not the farthest of them.
Tell her you're educated. In Whackness, that is. So come get graded. I'll beat you all day and twice on Hanukkah. When I'm done, they'll call you a Pinifka.
It's still working, it's still working.
You can feel those
I tried, okay? I tried. You can't exactly rhyme much with Hanukkah.
Pick up your devices and vote.
No, honestly, I think that was a valiant effort.
Voting time, right now.
Acclamation official. Yep, I can see it. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Oh gosh, I'm gonna need a drink after this stream. Still won by the factor of 3 to 1.
Alright.
The ratio of 3 to 1.
Numbers don't lie. Congratulations. Alright, where my next 2 MCs at?
Well done.
I've got rhymes. All you got is dogs. You're about as relevant as cock.
Oh.
Compared to my words, yours are shitty. My brain are big. Yours are itty bitty.
Stop it.
In primary school, this was in the noughties, like, one kid gave me just this box full of pogs.
You're about to steal. You wouldn't profile me with deep slandering. This'll be the outcome you're gonna like. The only place you'll bankroll is the sperm bank.
Oh! I'm not gonna lie, that last one that brought it home pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie.
It did. If you don't know what pogs are, that kind of just proves my point.
Exactly. Pogs for everything. Wait. I was in the phase when, like, there was a card game for everything. There was trading card games for
yeah.
Doctor Who. There was a trading card game for James Bond. You had Duel Masters, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Gosh, who remembers Duel Masters?
Ooh, 6 to 1.
Ouch.
Congratulations,
Now we.
Good job. All right, next 2 robots. Let's go.
You can't catch up, you're moving like a Patrick Spec rock. I'm coming to your house to shoot you with a Glock. Throw in the towel, you failed last Olympic Games. My prompt, I didn't understand it. I don't deserve fame.
Well, at least you're being honest.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You can do better than that, though. You gotta get back to that one.
A rhyme for a rhyme, all you're giving is inky boys. Why not you run off and take someone else's joys? I'm the top dog, you're just a Singapore cat. But I'm sure after this you'll be a simple street rat.
Not bad.
Ooh!
Kind of fire.
I see what you're working with.
This is Jar Jar Binks, says Green Guy.
Use your devices to vote on who brought it stronger.
This is Jar Jar Binks. With noun and event. You've heard the Olympic Games is a pretty good fit there.
You gotta get them votes in.
There's a lot of things you could have rhymed with games. James, frames, blames, shames.
Lames, tames. Sames.
Oh, not bad. So the cheers take it.
Alright, y'all, here's your winner. I need my next 2 MCs to step up here.
The cheer bonus decides it. Okay, don't give us some of the whack we had last time.
You know you ain't damn fine. You come at me, you're gonna get deflected. Your horse is getting castrated.
Oh.
What?
Painful. painful, but
why would you say that?
I'll give you the business, and business is creepy. Nicking that patty whack, give it dog a bone.
oh no.
Your rapping style.
What?
is just so whack. My rhymes are so hot they evaporate.
Oh no. Oh no.
What happened?
I refuse to vote in this.
Okay, now it's over. Who's the dopest rapper? Who's the wackest cat?
Your horse got castrated?
I might have to vote for Spreaded Legs purely because they made an attempt.
Did you forget to vote?
What?
Actually,
What
wait,
just
considering,
happened?
considering they were top billing last
Crunchy,
time purely
you were-
because their opponent was so heavily whack, I'm just not gonna vote this time.
Yeah.
Refuse to vote. That's my vote. I'm abstaining.
Crunchy, you were really good last round. What happened?
You fell off, lad. What's the matter?
And now we got our winner. Nice job, kiddo. Keep it moving. Round 2 is over. Let's check the scores.
Don't read his comment, dude.
You know the
Oh
drill.
man, I'm in
Same
last
thing
place.
as Round 2.
The line I've just got sounds so chap-hoppish, and I'm gonna have to...
I hope Cat Defender likes my rhymes.
Okay, you're about halfway through your writing time.
Hitting the writer's block. Remember to
Okay,
use that right
the last one of mine is just awful. On so many letters, on so many levels, I feel unclean having come up with this rhyme.
Yo,
Oh
sometimes
goodness.
it takes. Running out of time.
But it is very harsh, I will say this much.
Oh my stars! This entire card is full of hot fire.
Are you ready? Then let's hit what you got.
I wouldn't say
Rip 'em
so.
I can't believe Spreaded Legs made it to the final round.
Boring me like a worn-out green guy. You're about as pleasant as a stinky mean fly.
You did your best with what you had.
To dig your own poop. You got less style than Augustus Gloom.
Oh, not bad.
Yo, time's a waste.
Oh, thank you.
Keep it moving. Next MC.
I'm the cream of the crop, you're a pot of sandwich. I'll curse you with the voodoo from a witch.
No, man, no.
Call a doctor. Do you need you to call the caucus?
No, man. No.
Whack.
Man, that's whack. Come on. That's whack ass shit. That is. That's some proper whack ass shit.
Oh man, I thought if I referenced Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that Cat Defender would like it.
We're talking about 2005, Augustus.
Yeah, exactly.
Did anyone vote for Eli in that round? Seriously.
Some people did.
I need my next two couple of MCs to step
Whack
up.
as shit.
You're strutting around like you're the trigger. No way I'm winning with rhymes like these. I'm renting space inside your head. That's why your girl leaves you on read.
There's no way I'm winning with rhymes like these. I kind of like that.
But it wasn't the worst either. Did you hear what they just said? Come on now, don't
To
let
be
them
fair,
get
that
away with
last one was kind of okay.
You think you're bad?
Yeah.
Don't make me run. Because my rhymes are worse, son.
Self-deprecating? What are you doing there?
This thing gives me so many shitty prompts. Fuck.
Gotta roll with this shit, man. Gotta roll with that shit.
No, I'm gonna count that as a rhyme personally. It's close enough for my taste.
I've gone for Crunchy just because for at least half of his there was an attempt.
Ray Meister?
I think that's Cyrix.
Interesting.
The one that voted for Crunchy.
And our winner is you. Congratulations.
Check it out. I need my next battlers up and ready to go.
Get our next. Get our verses on.
Your breath is stinky. Did you just eat steaks? Your car is inaccurate. You can't hit the brakes. My nickname for you is Lil Frozen Peas. All you're able to see is vinegar ACIEs.
Nope.
That
second one was pretty.
Let's keep it moving.
That second one pretty hard. I'm gonna have to respond hard to that.
Yeah.
I've responded hard enough.
I'm disgusted by the sight of your beard. I bring the wackness. You're just weird. Stop by the hospital cause your rhymes are anemic. You disappointed your mom so much. She bulimic.
That is the single worst rhyme I've ever come up with.
Let's make it happen.
That's terrible.
Wow.
It is bad.
Alright guys, Doot is cancelled now. I'm the new Deuterium.
Yes. Oh, good grief. I had to come up with... I don't know why I wrote anemic. I had to come up with a sensible sounding rhyme for that.
I knew that was coming as soon as I saw anemic.
I should not have picked anemic. I should not have picked anemic. Yeah. Yeah, I was losing that one. I was so losing that one.
I was making fun of his outfit in the 2005 version, Struvel Defender.
With the chocolate down his front, you know?
Yeah, he has many things, but not styling.
I miss the days when you were wet.
You want some of this? Well, step on
Now I can't find my keys?
with potatoes and sauerkraut.
I miss
What?
the days when you were wet. Oh dear. But seriously, the way you fucking gasped when you saw that rhyme, what? I knew that I'd come up with a horrible one.
What's
Spread
a
legs not bad
mildly?
there.
That's not a real word.
Mildly.
Officially over. Use your devices and figure out who
Mildly.
It is a stream meme though. Honestly, I forget where it came from. Mildly.
Let's get those votes in.
I don't think of something with C.
Wait, green guy, are you spreaded legs? I thought that was Daniel.
That's what's up. Now let's see who won this thing.
No one that obviously I'm not even playing, says Green Guy. Our winner is Spreaded Legs, who didn't even get that many good rhymes.
No! No, 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 no! Theirs were the worst! No! How did he win?
How did he win with those fucking whack-ass bars? It was the matchups. So I have to put my fish lifter on my head in despair.
Fish lifter.
Yep, fish lifter is upon my head now. Well, again, since it's so close to 10:30, I might call it here. Raid.
I think Stubby's still streaming.
Yeah, she is. Let's do that then.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Let me just set it up. Got Hector Mock. Where is it now? Here we are. Yeah, let's do it. Here's our streamers already.
I was actually gonna use her as my next Jackbox name.
Well, if you turn up next time, maybe you can.
Yeah.
Pretty good speed.
If I can, I will. I
need a drink now.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun as ever. See you guys all next time. Bye everyone.
Alright, have a great week everyone.
Bye bye.